Welcome into the Lakers Report. I am Chase Sr. riding here with you, and we have some breaking news to get to. Laker Nation, you've been asking for roster upgrades for this team without LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Andre Drummond in the lineup. Well, the Lakers made a move today, and they signed Ben McLemore. According to Shams, the Lakers are signing Ben McLemore for the rest of the season. The Rockets had waived him earlier this week, so he became a free agent. The Milwaukee Bucks were interested in him, but McLemore decides to sign with LA. And there's some familiarity between him and some players on the Lakers roster, namely LeBron James and Anthony Davis, because BMac is represented by Rich Paul and Klutch Sports. Ben McLemore was drafted back in 2013 in a famous NBA draft, not for the right reasons. Anthony Bennett went number 1 in that draft, followed by Victor Oladipo, Otto Porter, Cody Zeller, Alex Len, Nerlens Noel, then back Ben McLemore. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who McLemore will team up with, went right behind him at pick number 8. And how about pick number 15 with the Milwaukee Bucks? Giannis. Some revisionist history there. Now, Ben McLemore isn't the player that a lot of people expected him to be coming out of Kansas, when a lot of people had pegged him to be an athletic superstar. He's been just okay throughout the course of his NBA career. At this point, he's going to be able to knock down some shots from the outside. He's going to be able to defend. He is uber athletic, so he is a high riser, very bouncy, but really just a guy who's going to knock down shots and defend around the perimeter. This year with the Houston Rockets, 7.5 points per game, 2+ rebounds, shooting 35+% from the floor and 33% from 3. So respectable numbers, but Ben McLemore is going to come off the bench for this Lakers roster and give this team some much needed depth, given they've been hit with the injury bug of late. So I mentioned it off the top. You've been asking for roster upgrades. You got Andre Drummond. Now you have Ben McLemore. What is your one-word reaction to the Lakers signing Ben McLemore? For me, it's potential, for a couple of reasons. Ben McLemore has failed to live up to the potential coming out of Kansas when he was one of the most highly coveted prospects coming out of the college ranks. And for this reason, he has potential to help this team win a championship this year. So Shams announcing that Ben McLemore going to the Lakers. And this is a team that really could use some depth right now because LeBron James is going to be out for the foreseeable future because of that high right ankle sprain. Anthony Davis still out with that calf strain. Andre Drummond is missing his big right toenail. So this is a team that could really use his services. And from the get-go, Ben McLemore is going to be able to get some consistent playing time under Frank Vogel. You look at his numbers across 8 seasons in the NBA. As I mentioned, he's been an average player, and for where he was drafted back in 2013, 7th overall by the Sacramento Kings, not that superstar that many people had possibly predicted, he's been okay. 9 points, he can shoot some threes as well. What I think the Lakers saw in Ben McLemore, he's going to be able to defend, and they also need a guy who can knock down some shots from beyond the arc and stretch the floor a little bit. So he's going to sign a deal from here on out until the end of the regular season. He's going to be able to prove himself on a team that, when fully healthy, is fully equipped to make a run at an NBA championship, and maybe Ben McLemore is able to come in, prove himself to a certain degree where the Lakers might look to sign him for the future because, hey, when the full focus isn't on him, he can be a solid contributor for a playoff team. Here's a reminder to subscribe to the Lakers Report here at Chat Sports, because when a move like this happens, we're going to let you know right away. So you have to subscribe to the Lakers Report. We're bringing you constant news and rumors. When signings happen, like Andre Drummond, we put a video out right away. Shams announces that Ben McLemore is going to LA. Here you go. Here's a video covering everything that has to entail with the Ben McLemore signing. So hit that big red button down below. Turn on your notifications so that when we do push out a video like this one, you will be notified. And you can also subscribe by going to youtube.com/LakersTV. When LeBron and Anthony Davis come back to this lineup, they're going to be stacked. But what this signing also does, it helps the Lakers bench. Because I'm looking at a unit right here that is pretty deep. Montrezl Harrell, he's been really good since AD and LeBron went out. He's averaging around 15 points per game this season. That number is around 18 without LeBron over the last couple of weeks. Kyle Kuzma, like Harrell, has been pretty solid the last few weeks without LeBron in the lineup as well. The Lakers, Rob Pelinka, they're really high on Talen Horton-Tucker. He can run kind of the point forward spot. He's averaging around 8 points per game. And then you have back end of the bench pieces like Markieff Morris, who brings some toughness to the table. Alex Caruso, who can really defend and hit some three-point shots as well. And now Ben McLemore factors into this Lakers bench that when this team is fully healthy, and that is the point we have to stress here, when this team is fully healthy, their starting lineup is going to be stacked with Dennis Schroeder at the 1, KCP at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Anthony Davis at the 4 with Andre Drummond at the 5. And I think this bench is a pretty solid unit when you factor Ben McLemore into the equation with those aforementioned players that we showed you right there. So this is all about getting healthy for the Lakers right now. And Frank Vogel realizes that is the number one priority for this team, because when this team is 100% healthy, they are equipped and they are fully capable at making a run for a second straight NBA championship. And when you look at the Western Conference standings right now, the Lakers have been slipping. You knew that was coming with AD and LeBron out. They've gone from third place to fifth place, and there's a little bit of a cushion for LA sitting at fifth at 31-19. They're a game up in the win column on the Portland Trailblazers. The Dallas Mavericks, after a slow start, then they got hot, have started to cool off just a little bit. So the concern and the focus for the Lakers, get healthy, because even if they're at number 6 in the West, I still like their chances in a 3 versus 6 matchup against a team like maybe the Phoenix Suns or the Denver Nuggets, or how about an LA first round matchup in the NBA playoffs between the Clippers and the Lakers. I am here for that. So LeBron, take your time getting healthy. Anthony Davis, take your time getting healthy as well. You don't want that calf strain turning into a torn Achilles. And in the meantime, when Andre Drummond comes back from his hurt toe, when Ben McLemore gets acclimated with this lineup, when he is inserted into the lineup as well, and he comes in off the bench, you're looking at a team that's going to be able to keep its head above water. They're going to be able to survive from here on out until the end of the regular season, which is coming up because the NBA playoffs start in late May. And for the foreseeable future here in the immediacy of the moment, hey, Lakers on the road for the next 5 games at Toronto, which is actually in Tampa, at Miami, at Brooklyn, at New York, at Charlotte. Ben McLemore figures to join the lineup here soon in the next couple of games, and he might be asked to do a little bit more than he was asked to do with the Houston Rockets. But hey, if he can come in, give you 10 points, play solid defense, and knock down threes, this is a depth signing that is a valuable one for the Lakers going down the stretch with the playoffs right on the horizon. If you're thinking that Ben McLemore is going to be the player that he was at Kansas, he is not. This is a depth piece who can once again hit threes and defend. So this is your opportunity to hop on board and join the show. Let me know what you think about this McLemore signing and grade it for me. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. For me, average signing. He's not an all-world player. He's going to give this team depth. I'll give it a C. Once again, make sure you subscribe to the Lakers Report. And if you made it this far, that means that you like what you've seen on this video. And if you like this video, you probably like all of the other videos that we're pushing out. We go live on NBA Now every Friday. We push out multiple videos for the Lakers Report every single week. The latest news and rumors, we got you covered. Andre Drummond signing, Ben McLemore signing, we got you covered. So hit that big red button down below and go to youtube.com/LakersTV and subscribe now to the Lakers Report. We're getting close to 35,000 subscribers, so help us get there.